Hi guys, welcome to week 6 and 7 of required learning. I'm going to walk you through this week and next week's lessons, and then I'm going to give you some information about how, if you need some help, I can give you some help. So this week we are working on power standards. We're working on writing, text types, and purposes. So we're going to write informative and argumentative text to explain, convey complex ideas, information clearly and accurately through effective selection, organization, and analysis of content. This will be writing your body paragraphs for your synthesis. Conventions of standard English, demonstrate the conventions of standard English when writing. So we're talking about proper punctuation, good grammar. And then we're also, this is going to be more of next week and the week after, but we're going to do production and distribution of writing. And this means, here, I'll move me over here, produce clear and coherent writing in which the development, organization, and style are appropriate to task, purpose, and audience. And you're going to use technology, your laptop, to produce and publish on OneNote, writing to interact and collaborate with others, mainly me. All right, so here are the learning targets for the week. I can write a clear thesis. I've given everybody feedback on their thesis, so hopefully we're set with that. I can write a clear body paragraph that combines 2 sources to back up my thesis, and that's actually, you're going to be writing 2 body paragraphs this week. Now, let's say you finish all of the learning for this week and next week, and you need a little extension activity. You want to push yourself further. Then I want you to write an engaging introduction paragraph with a hook, contextual information on your topic, and end with your strong thesis. So this is not required. This is an extension. So I'll walk you through what that looks like as well. All right. So here's your instructions step by step. So you're going to go to your rough draft assignment page on OneNote under online learning. I've already distributed that to everybody. You can either paste and copy your thesis statement at the top, or you can use a Word document and write it in Word, and then at the end you can either insert it or copy and paste it in there so I can give you feedback. So you're going to take the information from your planning sheet and you're going to write out 2 body paragraphs, because that's what the planning sheet was for, that support your thesis. After you finish your rough draft, there's going to be a self-assess and reflection assignment, and I'll walk you through that. And that will help me give information back to you, some feedback back to you. And then finally, you can either email me with questions, or I'm going to hold office hours, which is really exciting this week. You can Zoom with me during my office hours, which will be Wednesday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. And I've included the Zoom link in the email. So you can click on that Wednesday between 10 and 11 anytime you want to drop by, and I can answer your questions virtually. So that's really exciting. I hope some of you guys come and visit me at my office hours. All right, let me walk you through the assignment. So in OneNote, let's see if I can move this over a little bit. You can see that there is, in the online learning, we have the PowerPoints, I have the standards, we have the learning targets and the instructions. So I gave you an example of what I'm looking for. So here's what I wrote. Let's see if I can just move myself out of the way. So it is in MLA format. I have a creative title. And then the first thing that starts my essay, which is just actually a couple paragraphs, is my thesis. You do not need to do an introductory paragraph. All you need to do is copy and paste your thesis onto either your OneNote, or you can do it on a Word document and then upload it. All right, so I have the thesis, and I'm doing my essay on racism. So I say racism holds back all of society by preventing people of color the same opportunities. Okay, and then I go into my first body paragraph. So I start with a transition. And remember, your transitions and stuff are in your resource tab. And if you look at transitions, it gives you all different types of transitions that you can use. Okay, so back to online learning. Here we go. First off, racism is alive and well in the US. Even though slavery ended over a century ago, the nation is still divided. Yes, schools, restaurants, grocery stores, and jobs are no longer segregated, but that doesn't mean that racism is dead. Okay, so here's my first source. So I introduced it, and now I'm going to put in my first source. According to the documentary 13th, 1 in 3 Black men will be imprisoned in their life. That is a stark contrast from 1 in 17 white men. This statistic is staggering. Black Americans only make up 13% of the population, but they are more than 10 times as likely to be arrested and put behind bars. So that was my first source. Now I'm going to include a smooth connection between my sources. So I'm going to transition from one source to the other. Mass incarceration of people of color in this country is not only shown in this statistic, it is sung about in songs all throughout the music community. In Big Crit's poem, Words, he says, "You look suspicious. I think you dealin'. Step out the car. Fit the description." He is talking about being pulled over by the police and harassed for one reason, being a Black male. In the poem, he is using the persona of a cop interrogating a Black male. His words, "look suspicious," or "fit the description," all revolves around the universal racist description, young Black male. His poem comments on the problem that Black men in this country walk around with a target on their back. They are innocent until proven guilty. They are not innocent until proven guilty, but guilty until proven innocent. This injustice hurts all society. It creates an unfair playing field for future generations and puts a strain on all Americans. So this last part right here that I put in, I can't highlight, is connecting back to my thesis, right? About how it holds back all of society. I've properly snowman my quotes, meaning I have an intro into the quote, then I have a quote, and then the most important part is the bottom of the snowman, which is where I'm explaining it. It's my words and analysis. So I only wrote one body paragraph. You're going to write 2, okay? So if I was going to go on, then I would add a second transition, and then I would start body paragraph 2. So that's my example. Now, I put this disclaimer at the top. This is my rough draft. Changes will need to be made to score a 3 or 4 on the rubric. I'm letting you know this is not a 3 or a 4. This is just a rough draft. There's some work that I still need to do in order to get it to a 3 or 4 on the rubric. Which brings me to my next point. Here is the rubric. So I have edited this down a little bit, but you guys have seen these rubrics because it looks same to kind of the ones that we did with our analysis essay at the beginning of the year. So we have 1, meaning we haven't met the standard yet. 2, we're emerging. 3, we've met the standard. And then 4, we've exceeded the standard. So if you can take a look at this, most of the work that you're going to be doing when you're analyzing your own writing will be in ideas and content and organization. And ideas and content are your body paragraphs that we're analyzing. And then organization is going to be your thesis and how everything flows together. So where are you going to do this assignment? You are going to write your rough draft on OneNote. I don't mind if you do it in Word and then upload it. That's fine with me. Just have it in OneNote so that I can look at it and give you feedback. And then after you've done that, you've written your rough draft, I'm going to have you do this self-assessment and reflection piece. So what I have here is you're going to go through your writing and you're going to look at your thesis. Now, you're going to give me a 1-sentence explanation of what you think your thesis got according to the rubric. So you're going to look at the rubric, see what a 4 is. Here's for thesis, see what a 3 is. And then you're going to read yours and self-assess. Tell me what you think you got. So you're only going to fill out one of these boxes for each part, okay? You're going to basically write in what you think you got. So you have your thesis that you're going to evaluate, then body paragraph 1, BP1, body paragraph 1. You have a clear topic sentence, so you start with what your point is. Then you have 2 credible sources that are different from each other and support your thesis. Smooth transition between the 2 pieces of evidence. I have that highlighted in my example. And then you'll do the same exact thing for body paragraph 2. And then for both paragraphs, it says both paragraphs do not begin or end with quotes. The writer's voice is dominant, meaning it's your words are the most important, and the sources are used to support it. And remember snowmanning. If you don't remember snowmanning because it's been so long, again, in your resource tab, you can look at snowmanning and it'll walk you through what we want to do. This explanation of your quote is the most important because it's your words. So this is the part that should be the biggest. Okay? All right, so that is this week's learning. Again, if you have any questions after you do the evaluation here, you're going to answer these 3 because it's going to help me give you feedback on your writing portion of it. So after you evaluated yourself, are there any changes you need to make for your final draft? If so, what? Be specific. Everybody should fill this out. It should not say no because we all want to keep revising and working on our writing. Is there any portion of your writing you would like me to pay attention to while I'm giving feedback? If you're like, I don't know if this source works, this maybe doesn't make a lot of sense, could you check out the second source in my first paragraph? And then I'll evaluate it. Maybe you're like, I don't know if this source is credible. I found it online. I think it is. Then I'll look and I'll make sure. And then is there any portion of your writing you still need help with? Maybe you're like, I only got 3 sources. I can't find a 4th. Can you help me? I write it down here, and then I'll make sure when I'm evaluating your writing, I can go back and give you some suggestions. Okay? All right. Well, that's it for this week. If you have any questions or concerns, please, please, please email me or stop by my office hours Wednesday from 10 to 11. All right. See you guys next week. Thank you so much.